Hi guys, welcome to another interesting episode of the 100% Joy series. And Happy New Year! How's your holiday going? I'm sure you're having a great time. I'm sure you're feeling like, oh, I don't want this to come to an end. Yes, I'm feeling that way. I don't want it to come to an end yet because I'm having such a good time, such a great time. But it's a good time to be alive. I'm happy and grateful that all of us made it into 2023. And it's something to be thankful for, it's something to be grateful for. I think it's something that we should take out time and really, really be grateful for. Because I'm sure a lot of us lost people along the way last year. But here we are today and we're in 2023. Yeah. So another journey is beginning. Another chapter of our life is beginning. Another year is beginning. What are your plans? Have you put any plans in place? What are you thinking of doing? What's the year going to look like for you? You see, in the past, every year I put together a New Year resolution. And I say, okay, this is what I'm going to do this year. This is what I won't do this year. I won't do this again. I will do that and I will do that. And I pretty much follow it up until maybe March, thereabout. And then I start falling off the bandwagon. And by July, more than halfway into the year, I probably don't even remember, that I had those resolutions because I probably have dumped them somewhere. And then I'm just going with the flow. When it's almost November or December, I start reflecting. Those months make you reflect on the year, and then I'm like, oh, I started this at the beginning of the year, and somehow I didn't follow through to the end of the year, and I start feeling very guilty or feeling very bad. I'll give you an example. I came into 2022, and I made up my mind that I was going to work on my weight. I came into 2022 weighing 109 kg, and I said, no, I'm not going to go on like this. I needed to work on my weight, and I chose the route I felt was best for me to work on my weight, and I stuck with it. I stayed disciplined. I ate the right things, what I wanted to eat. I ate at the time I needed to eat. I stayed with exercising. Throughout 2022 I was going back and forth with the exercising part. It wasn't very consistent. I could work out seriously for 3 months and then I'm off, and then I come back again. But I think sometime in August, I think that's when I picked it up, or September, after I felt ill for a while. So I picked it up again, and this time I decided to take it easy. Just do the much I can. I shouldn't push my body too hard. But I think by November, for some reason, I wasn't keeping to the diet anymore. Maybe because I discovered a new secret to keeping the weight off. It was just me removing a particular thing from my diet, and I was fine. I won't share with you. You have to pay for that information. But hey, I was able to keep the weight I had lost off. I made some considerable progress. I'm not where I'm going yet, but trust me, I'm almost there. And I was very happy about, having achieved that throughout the year. But it set me thinking the fact that sometimes we set goals and we make resolutions, but we never, keep to them. We start off keeping to them, and then 2 months down the line, 3 months down the line, sometimes before the end of January, you're right back where you started. And it's just this vicious circle every single year. I'm sure you're getting tired of it because I got tired of it. Now, when we come back, let's look at how you're going to be able to set your goals in 2023 and how you're going to stick to them till the end of 2023 and even beyond. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. So, before we go on, now this is 2023. I shouldn't be reminding you to subscribe again. Better subscribe because there's so much goodies coming this year. So click that red button and then turn on your notification, not just subscribing, turn on your notification so you know when the next episode comes up. And I'd love to hear from you. Your thoughts, comments, what you want me to talk about, what you want to hear, or the things you don't even agree with. I'd like to hear your feedback. So that done, let's get on with it. So how do you set goals at the beginning of the year that you can stick to? First of all, let's talk about the goals. I read somewhere that there are 2 different types of goals, and that has helped me a lot when it comes to setting my goals in life. We have end goals and we have means goals. Means goals are the goals that you set that are supposed to help you get to your end goal. So this is the baby steps the smaller goals that get you to your ultimate goal. So your end goal is your North Star, your dream goal, like that thing that you want out of life, that every other thing you're doing is supposed to lead you to. Now let me ask you, do you have an end goal? Do you have a dream? Everything you're doing now, what's the end goal? What is that thing that you want out of life, that by the time you make it happen, you know that yes, I feel fulfilled and I'm accomplished? Because if it's something that when you achieve it, you're still going to want to do something else after that, it means that it's just a means goal. So let me explain what it is. So a means goal can be, I want to go to university to read law so I can become a lawyer. So anything that has a so I can become, or so that it has something else coming after it, is a means goal. Something that you're trying to use to get to something else is a means goal, you know? But when you have a goal like, I want to be able to create a platform where I can inspire people and make a difference in humanity, now that's an end goal, because you're not looking for something else after that. You just want to be able to do this, and this is it for you. This is what is going to make you happy. I want to be able to make a difference in humanity. It's what is going to make me happy. Now that's your end goal. So what is your end goal? Now, if you have figured out what that end goal is, you now need to set up means goals that is going to get you to that end goal. It means that you're going to have to look at the things that you need to do to get you there. So your end goal might not happen in the next 5, 6, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years, depends, even 20 years. But there are things you need to do to get to that end goal. So you're going to set those goals. Now, after setting those goals, now you're going to set action steps, things that you're going to do that will bring you closer to achieving your means goal, that brings you closer to achieving your end goal. Now, those action steps are things that you're going to be able to achieve. You're not going to push yourself too hard. You're not going to stretch yourself too much to a point that when you're working on achieving those action steps, if it becomes difficult, you fall back or you get easily discouraged because it's putting a lot of pressure on you or it's stretching you too much. So you're going to put, they're called baby steps or action steps. You put those action steps there that will take you to achieving the means goals that's going to take you to your end goals. So when you break it down in such a way that you look at the goals you've set for 2023 and then you break them down into smaller action steps that are going to help you achieve that goal, and then you put timelines just to hold yourself accountable and say, okay, say for instance, I want to write a book in 2023. So what am I going to do in January? How long is it going to take me to write that book? Okay, maybe I want to be done in July and I want to make sure that I publish in maybe September, just giving an example. So what do I do in January that brings me closer to having a book? What do I do in February? What do I do in May? What do I do in April? You put all those things down, you know, okay, I put together a writing schedule. I start writing a chapter a week. Oh, I research. I get in touch with a publisher. I get a quotation. I start finding out how much it will cost me to put the book. You know, you just break everything down, and every week you're ticking what you have done, and you keep moving, and you're making progress. You know, at the end of the day, because you've set timelines, you've put together action steps that are bringing you closer to your goal, you're going to stay on it to see it through. Now, another thing you should do is get an accountability partner. Preferably, don't have your friend as your accountability partner when it comes to your goals. Have a mentor, somebody you don't want to disappoint, someone you look up to, someone you know that you can't tell that person that this thing will be ready on Wednesday, and then you go and start telling him or her stories. And get that person as the person who holds you accountable. So you're going to discuss your goals with that mentor and say, okay, this is what I want to do this year. This is my timeline. This is my plan. And then you're going to be checking in with that person to say, okay, this is how far I've gone. This is what I've achieved. This is what I've achieved. When I started using journals to put down my goals and break them into action steps, I found out that I achieved more at the end of the year than I do when I used to write resolutions. When I used to write New Year resolutions, I say, I will do this, I will do that, I will do that. When I was more definite about what I want to do, and I was more precise about the way I was going to make it happen. I wasn't just writing what I wanted to do. I was precise about how it is going to happen. I drew a map to where it's going to happen. So I can assure you that at the end of 2022, I was able to achieve at least 80% of my goals. And that's a lot of progress for me. In fact, that's a lot of success for me. If I don't care what you think about it, but for me, that's like huge success. Even though I was beating myself up at the end of the year that, I hadn't achieved this, I hadn't achieved it. But I looked back and said, no, but you've done this, regardless of everything you were dealing with. Because we're all always dealing with something, regardless of everything that was going on around you. Regardless of what you didn't have or what you had, you were able to make this happen. Now that's a lot of progress. And learn to celebrate your little wins. It's important because that's the only reason that will make you want to keep going. Because if you don't, you're going to want to give up because you feel, the only thing I was able to get was 5 clients. So you want to just, let it go. But when you celebrate the fact that, so I even got 1 client, that's a big deal. That's a real big deal. Some people might look at you and go like, what's wrong with this one? What can 1 client do for her? But you see, you were able to achieve that. Now that's something. So celebrate it, but don't stay too long where you're celebrating. Just keep moving and keep making sure that you go back to that goal book or your journal every day to see where you are at, what you have achieved. Another thing you should do is have a daily to-do list. This has always been a part of me. Nobody really taught me, but maybe because I loved writing right from when I was younger, and I always loved journals. You wanted to get me a gift, get me a journal. It's like you made my day. I have this brand I buy tea from. Shout out to the health please. I buy tea from them, and I don't know them. I've never interfaced. I just buy tea from them. And in December, I ordered the teas that I needed. And when the tea was delivered, it was delivered with a journal, a beautiful white journal, and a pen and a key holder. When I saw that journal, my heart melted. I was so excited. I wasn't even excited about my tea. I was excited about the journal. And I told myself that was going to be my 2023 journal. So thank you, Health Please, for my journal. It means the world to me. It might have just been a gift from you or maybe a souvenir, but to me, it means the world. And thank you so much. So that's where I'm going to put my goals for 2023. So get a journal and put in your daily to-do list. Every day, write a list of, even if it's 7-8 things that you're going to do that day. But then again, always have at least 3 things that are connected to your goal that you must achieve that day in your list. At the end of the day, come and sit down. That thing is amazing. It gives you a high. When you sit down at the end of the day and you start ticking what you're able to achieve. I have stuff on my list that as little as buy, grocery, buy, fuel the car, stuff like I have as in my to-do list just has everything that I need to achieve that day, including the 3 things that are connected to my goal. And then I always have 1 or 2 things that I use to impact other people's lives, some way that I help somebody or make myself a channel of blessing to someone. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be resource, but I just find a way to bless someone, just show kindness to another person. All this falls into my to-do list apart from all the other things I have to do. Now, when you have that at the beginning of the day, when you wake up in the morning, or most times it's better to make your list the night before. It helps you to plan your day. It helps you to stay organized and stay on track so that you know the things you need to get done. Every other thing that pops up during the day is just an added, errand or show or goal that you need to achieve. So it's important to do that. So get yourself a journal. I have a goal setting and mindfulness journal that's coming out before the end of the month. It'd be nice if you get a copy for yourself and plan your 2023 and make sure that when we come back, let's look at why it's important to set goals and plan every single day as you go along. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. So why is it important to set goals and to plan, map out a blueprint for those goals as you go along? It's important to set goals because when your life is disorganized, there's very little you can achieve. But when life is organized, you can achieve a lot. 1. 2, when you go through life without a direction, you really don't get anywhere. It's important to know where you're going. It's important to know your why, what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how you want to do it. It's important to have a purpose. It's important to have a goal, a dream, something that you look forward to. That's the only thing that will keep you motivated to keep going. That's the reason you want to wake up every morning. because we're all here for a reason. And that reason, when you're born, nobody gives you a portfolio and says, oh, this is your portfolio, now that you're on earth, you're going to work it. No, that's not how it works. You don't know the plan. You figure it out along the way. And that is why every year that begins, we're trying to figure out our path. We're trying to figure out some part of this journey. It's 2023, we're trying to figure out the part of the journey in 2023. Everything you're meant to become is part of you already. It's in your gift, it's in your potentials, it's in your passion, the things that interest you, and which is how you have shaped your life up until now. Now, sometimes we ignore all this and we stick to surviving. But let's look at 2023 as a year that we're not just going to survive, but a year that we're going to really, really connect with who we are, what we want, why we're here, what we're meant to do, and actually truly live. Let's look at 2023 as a year that we're going to stop existing and start truly living. And how are we going to do that? Figure out what it is that you really want out of life. You know it already. You probably are not just sitting down to embrace it or really, really think about it or think it through. But if I have a conversation with you, you'll find out that, oh, when I was 15, when I was 7, I thought I wanted to do this. I really wanted to do this. Think about it. That thing that if they wake you up in the middle of the night and say, do it, without paying you, you'll be so excited to get it done. Now find a way to put it in words, what that goal is. And then start drawing up a plan as to how to make that goal happen. One of the things I can tell you for free is when you begin to live according to your purpose or what you're meant to do with your life, when you start pursuing the goal and the dream that you truly love, that is when you start living. Life begins to feel different. Whether you have money, you don't have money. Whether you have legs, you don't have legs. Whether you have a house, you don't have a house. Whether you're beautiful, you're not beautiful. Whether you're educated, you're not educated. Whatever it is that you're lacking, the moment you connect with purpose, you start feeling fulfilled and content, regardless of what is not. You start feeling a joy that only living according to what you want out of life or what life expects of you will give you. So let's be intentional in 2023. Let's not go through it like every other year. Let's figure out what it is that we really want out of life. Because life is responding to you. It's not just happening to you. It's what you're giving out to life, life is giving back to you. So why don't we be intentional this year? Figure out what it is you are meant to be doing. Some of you already know, but you feel like, if I start doing this, I won't make money, or people will laugh at me, or people will not think it's a real job. Now, this year, you're going to stop thinking about what people think about you. That is one thing we need to start doing this year. We're going to stop thinking about what people think. I'm going to focus on what we think and what is important and what we need to do. As long as whatever it is creating a positive impact on the people around you and on the world as a whole. And it's honestly not compulsory that everybody must be cool with you. But the people that you're sent to, those people will be in your corner. Those people will be receptive to whatever it is that you're meant to do or whatever it is that your dream is. Now find your tribe and bless your tribe. It's time for you to stop thinking about what people's opinion is, seeking people's validation, or trying to live a life based on what the trend is, or what's the new thing, what is it that people are doing now, what is it that will make you feel cool, what will make me look cool, what will make me, what will make people accept me. Trust me, be you. The world will adjust. I always keep saying it. So make 2023 a year that you're going to be authentically you, but above all, be intentional. Figure out what you're meant to do. Set goals, set action steps, plan your life, organize it every single day. Have your to-do list, what you're going to do to get you closer to your goals and even to keep your life running on the straight and narrow. Every day, set goals. Then learn a skill this year. Learning is important. We never stop learning until we die. Learn a skill. Try something new. You should be tired of the old by now. Try something new. Don't say, no, it's not for me, I don't do this. No, try something new. Life is beautiful. There's so much to explore. I'm a sucker for learning, and every day I learn something new. I have a son that Apparently, I sometimes say I should pay school fees to YouTube, not to his school. Not to say his school is doing a great job, but he knows so many things. And when I go like, where did you learn that from? He's always teaching me. He'll say YouTube. So he knows so much about science, about life, about, inventions, technology, and all that. And there's so many new things for us to learn. So learn something new. Be adaptable to change. Don't say because these are the old ways I'm used to, I'm going to stay there. Be adaptable. If your business was built differently and now things are changing and your business needs to evolve with the times that are changing, make a plan to make sure that you can also stay relevant in your industry still. If there's a way you lived your life that didn't serve you in any way, make plans to make new choices. What's the worst that can happen? Things change. If you're in a relationship that you've been going over and over again for the past how many years of your life and nothing is changing and it's making you miserable, then do something about it. What's the worst that can happen? I can assure you that you definitely not end up alone. Now, life is beautiful. Make it a point of duty to explore it in 2023. Make it a point of duty to make a difference in 2023. And make it a point of duty to find yourself in 2023. Now, that's all from me today. I want to wish you a very happy new year, a prosperous new year, and I look forward to you doing big things in 2023. Until the next episode, Happy New Year again. Bye-bye.